What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with Will Leahey. Honestly, it's getting to the point where Will's no fun anymore. I'm sorry.
Just didn't expect to be thrown immediately under the bus this morning, Ninja. But
I'm just singing
here we
Sweet
are.
Beauty Blue Eyes by Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Well, thrown under the bus just like the Red Sox yesterday, because another day of Tarik Skubal just proving why he's the best pitcher in the world. And yesterday, unfortunately, it was against my beloved Red Sox. Gave up an early home run to Tyler O'Neill, and then other than that, he was pretty much perfect. Looked awesome. Looks like he's looked all season, Ninja. Tell me a little bit more about it.
Dude, he is just having a season for the ages. I mean, yesterday, 8 Ks and 8 innings, giving up 1 run, and we all know that 1 run didn't count because it was on a home run. And no walks again. This year he has a 10.7 K per 9 and has only given up 1.8 walks per 9. That shows you how filthy the dude is. He leads the major leagues in FIP, win-loss percentage. For a team barely above 500, I usually don't care about wins and losses, but for a team barely above 500 to lead the major leagues both in wins and win-loss percentage, that's pretty darn good. As well as leads in ERA and strikeouts. That's right. He leads the major leagues in all of the pitching triple crown categories right now. That's sick. Yesterday, he had these fastballs up to 99 miles an hour, these wicked sliders, including this 92-mile-an-hour slider, and of course, his nasty changeups. Picked up his 200th K of the season here, and on this one, all you can do is laugh. His changeup is absolutely filthy, and I did find this interesting, just thinking about my interviews with both Skubal and Ragans, the two best changeups among starting pitchers in baseball. Two lefties, and they throw their changeups entirely differently. Here's Cole Ragans talking about how he pronates his changeup, and Tarik Skubal is not a good pronator and uses more of a seam-shifted wake changeup. Yet they're both disgusting changeups and impossible to hit.
Traditional kind of circle change. I'm really just two-seamer like this. I'm just replacing this finger with the ring finger. I'm not trying to pronate. I'm not very good at pronating. I'm more of a cut changeup guy and, seam shift and all that cool stuff that I don't quite understand all the way, but I do it. So yeah, just trying to cut the ball, keep this part of the baseball, on the top and kind of let gravity do its thing.
I'm a big pronator. Like some guys are supinators, some guys are pronator. I'm a big pronator. So it's just kind of, I grip it like this and I just try to throw it. And I just, sometimes I think pronate, sometimes I'm just like, I just need to keep, hand speed, arm speed, and let the grip do the work. Go change ups with a softball because it makes you pronate.
The Tigers ended up beating the Red Sox in this pitcher's duel 2-1. Skubal faced Nick Pivetta, who had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this slider and sweeper. Now the rest of my whip around the league. Kyle Gibson had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run on 5 hits as the Cardinals flew past Will's hated Yankees 6-5. He had this fastball for a sword and this changeup and this fantastic sequence against Aaron Judge. He threw this sweeper out of the zone for a ball that Judge takes. And then what does he do? He comes back the very next pitch with this 2-seamer that starts outside that sweeper and ends up coming back and catching the zone, giving Aaron Judge a backwards K. Just love this. It shows that you don't need overwhelming velocity and you need good sequencing to beat probably the best hitter in baseball. This is very much like what Sonny Gray's mastered over the years. Little east-west attack. He faced Will Warren, who had 3 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had this paintish sweeper that was framed awesomely by Austin Wells. And he also had this cutter.
Yankees get their hearts ripped out here. Stanton comes in bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, bases jacked, down 4, about 1 inch away from the game-tying grand slam. And that run did not ever end up coming home, and they lose the game 6-5.
You seem like you're awfully sad about that, Will.
I didn't mind.
Javier Assad, the ass man, had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs as the Cubs clawed past the Nats 5-3. Had this paintish 4-seamer and sinker. And he faced DJ Hurd, who had 5 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had these fastballs up to 97 miles an hour and this slider.
Another one.
Shane Baz, the Wizard of Baz, had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits as the Rays stung the Padres 11-4. He had these sliders, and the Ripper kind of extended the zone a little bit here. A little bloodthirsty by the Ripper, but always gets his man. Baz also had this curveball. He faced Randy Vasquez, who was terrible yesterday, giving up 9 runs. We're skipping him. The Pirates whitewashed the Guardians 3-0. Luis Ortiz had 5 Ks and 6 scoreless innings, giving up 1 hit. He had these sliders. He faced Matthew Boyd, who was also really good yesterday. He had 8 Ks and 6 innings, giving up 1 run. Had these changeups, sliders, and curveball. The Blue Jays tore apart the Twins yesterday, 15-0. Jose Berrios had 5 Ks and 6 scoreless innings. He had this vicious front door 2-seamer and this slurve. And he faced Zebby Matthews, who really wasn't at his best yesterday. Giving up 9 runs in 2 innings. Poor Zebulon. We'll skip him. Cody Bradford had 8 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs as the Rangers beat the A's 3-2. He really kept them off balance with these fastballs, as well as worked in some sliders and changeups. He faced Joey Estes, who had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had these wicked sliders. The Mets beat the White Sox 5-3. Jose Quintana had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 earned run. He had these sinkers and changeups. Faced Davis Martin, who had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had these nasty sliders. The Dodgers beat the D-backs 8-6. Gavin Stone wasn't really great. He had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 5 runs. He had this front door 2-seamer and sliders. He faced Merrill Kelly, who also wasn't all that great. 1 K in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 earned runs. Had this curveball for a sword.
And Shohei spanked a homer off him in the first, his 44th of the season.
And he wasn't the only one to go yard. This was the old Tom Amansky back-to-back-to-back home runs. Not a strong way to start this contest off.
No, not the best start for Kelly.
The Marlins swam past the Giants 4-3. Edward Cabrera had 3 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 earned run. He had these turbo changeups, 94, 95 miles an hour. Just never get used to the fact that this man throws 95-mile-an-hour changeups. It's ridiculous. He faced Mason Black, no relation to Frank Black from Blue Velvet. Had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, and these fastballs and sweepers for a sword. Speaking of Franks, Frankie Montas had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, as the Brewers hopped past the Reds 5-4. He had his fastball and slider. He faced Fernando Cruz, who had 5 Ks in 2 scoreless innings as the opener, giving up only 1 hit. He had this cutter and splitters. The Angels spirited past the Mariners 5-4. Tyler Anderson had 3 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had these nasty changeups. He faced Brian Wu, who had 3 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. He started this game really strong, but ended up bringing his ERA up to 2.30. He had these sweepers and picked up a sword. Ryan Feltner had 6 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 5 runs as the Rockies rose above the Orioles 7-5. Feltner had these curveballs and changeups. He faced Dean Kramer, who had 3 Ks in 3 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had these fastballs and had to leave the game early. Do you know why, Will?
I don't.
He got smoked in the arm by this comebacker. Ouch. Zach Wheeler was outstanding yesterday with 7 strikeouts and 7 scoreless innings, giving up 4 hits and no walks, as the Phillies blanked the Braves 3-0. And this seems like postseason Zach Wheeler to me. He had this 2-seamer that ran 18 inches and these wicked sweepers, and I think is working his way back in the Cy Young conversation. Will, what are his odds right now?
He's at plus 300, which is certainly not a long shot. Sales at 550.
At minus 550?
Yeah, sales at minus 550, but it is possible for Wheeler to still take it home.
I love Zach Wheeler, but I want Chris Sale to win a Cy Young.
I'd prefer Sale, but Wheels gets it, he gets it, you know?
Yeah, we love all our pitchers on the Pitching Ninja show. Just Chris Sale a little bit more. Wheeler faced Max Fried, who had 4 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had this painted 97-mile-an-hour heater and this wicked curveball. And also, Michael Harris had this absolutely ridiculous catch where he nearly went over the wall here. And as Jack Nicholson said, in A Few Good Men,
you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
And probably the most dominant pitching performance yesterday, Yusei Kikuchi had 12 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up 1 run and no walks, as the Astros beat the Royals 5-2. He has a 2.57 ERA since being traded and really has just upped his slider usage and dropped his curveball usage since the trade. That's made a big difference in his effectiveness. He had these fastballs and sliders. He faced Cole Ragans, who started out this game really good. He ended up with 10 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 5 runs. But at one point, he had 8 consecutive Ks, including these fastballs, changeups, sliders, and knuckle curves. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Aaron Ashby had this curveball and elevated 2-seamer. Aroldis Chapman had this 100-mile-an-hour fastball and this 101-mile-an-hour heat. Aniel De Los Santos made Pete Alonso bend the knee here. Carlos Estevez had these wicked sliders. Ryan Helsley had this slider and this filthy pitch clock violation that apparently all Yankees fans forgot that this was the rule because they all complained about it, but this has been the rule for a while. Do you feel sorry for him here?
Get in the damn box, Cabrera. I mean, I guess he kind of owned it afterwards, so I'm happy he wasn't complaining. But yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for years. Get in the box.
Literally, the response by all Yankees fans, this rule's ruining the game. It has been the rule since we've had the pitch clock. And both Helsley and Herrera both noticed that this was a pitch clock violation when it happened. I think Helsley may have baited him a little bit here by not being on the mound, but that's life. That's gamesmanship. Porter Hodge had these wicked sweepers. Jeff Hoffman had this nasty slider. And Tony Santillan had these sliders and fastballs up to 99 miles an hour, picking up 5 Ks in 1 2/3 innings. What would his K per 9 be at 5 strikeouts in 1.2 innings, Will?
Be 27, Ninja.
You are right. I may be pitching ninja, but you're algebra ninja. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, we have Ryan Thompson picking up this wicked White Castle special. Absolutely disgusting sliders here. Number 4, Kyle Gibson for that 2-seamer and sweeper overlay. And number 3, Jose Berrios for this vicious front door 2-seamer. Number 2, Tarik Skubal's changeup. And number 1, we have the volunteer fireman for his 104.4 mile an hour heat, as well as this 94 mile an hour splinker. And I did an overlay of these two. Dude is turning into one of the filthier closers in baseball. And now my pitching ninja moment of Zen. This is a pretty non-traditional double play.
Lays it down in front of home plate. It's an out at home, and it's going to be a double play.
My picks of the day today are a 4-leg same-game parlay plus. I'm going to start out with Spencer Schwellenbach for 6 Ks or more, then take Aaron Nola for 5 Ks or more, add in Bryce Miller for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with Zach Eflin for 5 Ks or more. And then I'm going to add in my 30% profit boost for any same-game parlay or same-game parlay plus of 3 legs or more. What would your picks of the day be?